If you had your eyes on one of the Skull Shaver Pitbull shavers or the Freebird FlexSeries Pro and you're not sure about all the differences between them and how that affects the shaving performance, then this video could be for you. In this video I'll compare the all important features. I'll do a head shave where I shave on one side of the head with the one shaver and the other side with the other shaver. Then I'll run through some feedback and my views of it. But within the features section, what I do is, as we're going through the features, I'll point out what I dislike or what preferences that I have. I've already done video reviews and website reviews of both of these, and you'll find links to that in the description. The reviews on the website will be to my website, shavingadvisor.com. But all those links and other useful resources will be in the description below. Well, hang around a little bit, don't look down there yet. They might find something useful in this video first. Now, as Skull Shaver has a few head shavers, the closest comparison I could have with the FlexSeries Pro based on price is the Skull Shaver Silver Pro. Now, I don't have a Silver Pro at the moment, I've got this Platinum. However, the performance between the Platinum, Skull Shaver Pitbull Gold and Silver are very similar, but the Silver does has what's called the Carver blades, and then the Pitbull Gold plus this Platinum has the 40 blades, and the 40 blades are slightly comfortable, slightly more comfortable, but that's only minor. Within the feature section, I can always cover some variations in the Skull Shavers if it kind of makes sense. So first things first, let's get the costs out of the way. So a Freebird FlexSeries Pro costs around about $60 US, and if you're buying outside the US, say the UK, then it's around about £65, £70. Now the Skull Shaver Silver costs around about $65 US and around about £75. So they're the kind of closest priced shavers in the range of Skull Shaver that kind of makes sense to compare. You can get a Skull Shaver Palm, which is quite a bit cheaper, and then you also get this. Then the next one up is a Skull Shaver Pitbull Gold Pro, and that's a little bit more expensive. But I've compared these shavers in previous videos and website reviews, so you can take a look at that stuff if you need to, if you want to compare some of the Skull Shavers. So the very important blade system. Now, both of these have 4 rotary blades. Four blades on the head, and a great feature for both of these is that the blades on both of them will all flex together. They'll all flex inwards together, but also a great advantage is that each blade flexes and presses in individually. Now, this feature for both of them is very useful to going along the contours of the head and staying close to the contours or staying close to the scalp. A slight advantage I think the Skull Shaver has is that the blades already begin as concave. They kind of lean in slightly, so when we place that on our scalp, on our head, it's already beginning to hug the scalp. But that's nothing major, but it's just an advantage that it has. So the ergonomics and grip. So the Skull Shaver is well known for this patented design where we can hold the shaver normally at the sides, and we can always slip our fingers in between the head and the shaver head, the body of the shaver and the shaver head, and we can cup it in our hands. Now, this is a really useful feature for shaving around the back of our head. And the FlexSeries Pro is quite a peculiar design, I thought at first. It's like this rectangle block kind of design. However, after a period of time, after a few shaves, I got used to it, and that was fine. But when I first looked at it, I thought that's a weird design. The main thing, does it fit in the palm of the hand? And it fits in the palm of the hand well, so it's a palm held head shaver, that, you know, and that's ideal. Now, the outer edge of the FlexSeries has like a kind of matte finish which provides some grip, and it also has 2 grip sections on the side, so there's plenty of grip there to hold on while we're shaving. Now, the Skull Shaver doesn't have any grip on it, but it kind of doesn't need it because the way that it's made, it holds well in the hand already. There's kind of grooves made on the side of the shaver when we're holding it in a normal manner, and then there's grooves on the bottom here as well when we cup it within our hands, so that kind of doesn't need any rubberized grip. Now, I guess my preference leans towards a Skull Shaver design, and it didn't at first. I thought it was okay, but I rarely used this cupping design. However, over a period of time, I've really got to prefer this type of shaver. You know, I found that the design, the ergonomics are very useful. Now, both shavers have a head that removes similarly in a similar manner. All you do is just pop the top off, and the Skull Shaver is very much the same as the FlexSeries Pro, that you just pop the top off very easily. And a useful thing that both of them have as well is they have a hair collection chamber. Once you take the top off, there's a hair collection chamber, and that's very good for collecting debris and makes it a little bit easier to clean. Also, what they both have, if you need to give them a deep clean, or there's some issue with an individual blade, within the blade head there's a kind of a cog, and we can turn that and remove all of the blades separately, but both of the shavers have that. And that's what I'd call the main features, the kind of deal breaker features. But then we have the things like the runtime. The runtime of the FlexSeries Pro is around about 90 minutes. We've got 90 minutes shave time. With the Silver Pro, we get 60 minutes shave time. If we go onto the Skull Shaver Pitbull Gold, and we get 90 minutes. But I think 60 minutes is fine anyway. That's no deal breaker, but it's just the FlexSeries has a slight advantage there. Now, indicator lights, the Silver Pro has a simple indicator light. It has a green light that stays on while you're shaving, and then when the battery's becoming low, that light will turn red. And when you've got it on charge, it will remain red. When it turns to green, then we know that the Silver Pro is fully charged. Now, the other pit bulls like the Gold and the Platinum, they have a percentage charge that will show on the top of the shaver. But the Silver Pro just has that simple design. Now, compared to the Silver Pro, the FlexSeries does have a slightly better indicator light. It has three dots, and what happens is that for them 3 dots, when you've got 3 dots, it's 100% charge. Then when it jumps down to 2 dots, it's down to about 66%. Then 1 dot left is 33% or less. So that's kind of like a little bit of a useful feature to have, but it's not a deal breaker. The additional feature that the FlexSeries has over the Silver Pro is that it has a travel lock, so that's pretty useful. It's like a safety lock, so if you press the button and hold it for a few seconds, it will put a lock on and you won't be able to use the shaver. Then when you press your button again, hold it for a few seconds, then it releases the lock. Now the Silver doesn't have that, the Gold Pro and the Platinum has that. The additional thing with the FlexSeries is it comes in a kit, so it comes with all these other accessories and attachments. Now, one of the attachments is a trimmer. Now, I don't kind of rate them things very well, you know, these accessories that come with them. I find them a bit tacky and low quality. However, other people may get used to them. I think other people do find them useful in some way, but I prefer to use dedicated shaving and trimming tools, like a proper beard trimmer if I'm going to be using a beard trimmer, or a hair trimmer, you know, hair clippers. But the main thing I'm doing here is comparing the shaver, the features of the shavers and the performance of them, rather than any bits and bobs that come with them. Okay, let's grab myself a mirror and get a head shave on. It's a kind of head shaver wars, isn't it? These are going to go into battle now. We're sending these two into battle. Alright, so at the moment I've got my hair down to about a trimmer length. I trimmed this last night before I was going to do this shave, so I had a couple of extra days, so I just trimmed it right down. I know my head kind of looks completely bald on the top. It's not, it has very light hair, but it kind of looks very bald. However, that's one of the reasons why I use these head shavers, because I don't like the look of this hair growing around that hair. It's kind of like a Catholic monk look, you know, and I like to shave it off completely. So that's one of the reasons why I use these, because all that is disappearing from there. Let's give you a bit of a close-up, because we know where I started and what we finished with. So we've got some hair around there and there. Let's show you the back area. So that's what we're starting with. Now, as I said, I'm comparing these really with the Silver Pro and the FlexSeries. However, the Platinum and the Silver Pro and Gold Pro are not that different in performance to shave. Yeah, I think the Platinum and the Skull Shaver Gold are slightly more comfortable than the blades on the Silver Pro, but there's no major difference there. So what I'll be comparing in the shave is to see how comfortable the blades feel, that there's no irritation at all, and how comfortable which one feels most comfortable. Also to see how the blades may hug close to the head and stay close to the scalp, how quick they shave, and lastly the end result was one shave closer than the other. So I'm going to show the Skull Shaver on the left hand side, and then the FlexSeries on the right hand side. I'm giving the FlexSeries the advantage here, because I found when I do these comparisons, these versus razor and shaver wars, that my right side has an advantage when I shave my face or my head. It has an advantage because I'm right-handed and I use the shaver on that side. So I'm giving the FlexSeries a bit of an advantage here. Okay, let's fire up the FlexSeries. Okay, FlexSeries side done. Now for the Skull Shaver. Okay, job done, both sides sorted. Let's show you the end result. There we go. That's the other side. Let's show you the back. Job done. So after extensive testing in my laboratory, okay, more like having a shave back here, a mirror. My findings was there's not much difference between them actually. Comfort wise, they was both just as comfortable as each other. The blades are comfortable on both shavers. Now what I look for, that the blades staying close to the scalp while I'm shaving, both are very similar. Both stay nice and close to the scalp. The speed of the shave, both very similar again, nothing between them. Now I did favour, as I'd said at the start, the ergonomics of the Skull Shaver. I kind of like having that design where I can cup it in my hands and it just makes it a little bit easier, so I have a preference towards that. Now the end result, the closest of a shave, you know what, both the same. Both very similar. I don't know, maybe the Skull Shaver side does feel slightly closer. I get some hair, some slight stubble left there. Yeah, I think slightly less on the Skull Shaver. Yeah, it is slightly less, but very little between them. Now of course it's not razor close. I'm not getting the same close as I'll get with a multi-blade cartridge razor or a safety razor. You know, it's not that type of closest, but close for an electric shaver, a dedicated electric head shaver. So that's the wrap, guys. Anything I haven't covered, just drop a comment below and I'll get back to you. Now if you're still not sure if one of these head shavers to you might want to compare other head shavers as well. Now in the links in the description I'll have a link to the video that I've done on the best head shavers roundup. So I compared all head shavers that I've used. There's also a link in the description for the roundup for the best head shavers on shavingadvisor.com, which is my website. Now that page can be updated as and when. So if I use a new head shaver and I think it's great, or I have an issue with one, I can update that off the fly. Not so easy to do a video. If you'd like to stay up to date with the latest reviews that are coming out, do hit the subscribe button and you'll get a notification once the video is live. We're very near the end of 2024, so happy new year to you guys. Hope you've had a great 2024, and if not, that you're going to be winning in 2025. And I really appreciate you guys that have subscribed in the past and watched more than one of my videos. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.